they don't really have any traditional forms of engage. Like, their only real engage is pillar someone in and then get a core JJ ult or something like that.
And it's a sneaky Nico.
Exactly.
Immediately just having the equalizer on the timer that he needs. Also, that little bit of extra tempo that he gets through using it means that he's able to go up there, help UG out, starting up that tank.
Taking his way down here, Bwipo has not spotted him. And Bwipo has no face rush available, so we'll see if he gets caught.
Oh, Bwipo very low on mana, but it wouldn't even matter anyway. A nice petrifying gaze from AP.
That, absolutely.
And for APA especially, being one of the players that a lot of Team Liquid fans,
No
did
flash.
I cast or curse it already? He might be in a little bit of danger now as Inspired has made his way down here to work together with Bwipo. Second cast of the Cyclone sets
They
it
have
up.
TP on top side, and it's actually Masu answering. So, you know, if APA, maybe you can just get a kill.
Oh, nicely done from APA there with a petrifying gaze. Masu steps back, goes for the Arc of Ruin for a little bit more damage, but Masu is down to 150 HP. Gets tagged by another Noxious Blast, but he does have enough health to not worry about the damage over time, whittling him down. So APA goes for the play. He gets Masu low, but he doesn't even... Now FlyQuest going back towards the Drake. It's down to 4,000 HP, but a TP's coming
Victor.
in. FlyQuest ready to try to fight Quad, immediately having to flash as he arrives with his TP. APA chasing after the Victor. Multiple Twin Fangs hitting the target, but a terrible petrifying gaze. APA spins a big cooldown for a whole lot of nothing, and now FlyQuest has to be careful with her AD carry. Masu backing away a little bit.
I think that led to APA feeling a little bit desperate. He had flashed out after him, and then once he committed the flash to chase him, I think he's like, oh, I gotta get this kill, right?
Yeah.
But then uses the petrifying gaze as well. Can't get anything with that. Now Masu is just gonna walk forward and finish off this tower. So now they get feats through pure map movements and setups.
And I've commented on this before, but I always believe that the value of the extra move speed from the feats of strength from the empowered boots is much better when one of the teams doesn't have dashes. When one of the teams is
with
just
the Nico as a karma, that means there's no flash pop blossom. There's no explosive engage whatsoever. And now Bwipo spotting them going in here. They're on the Otacon. FlyQuest has got to get down here. Quad was fully on the top side. Inspired was back in base, so TL are just trying to rush.
Yeah, Team Liquid, they are taking B first to the objective very seriously, immediately bringing this thing down to about 4,000 HP. The Otacon's below 3K now. FlyQuest seeing if maybe there's anything they can do, but the Otacon is already secured by Team Liquid beautifully.
And I think he should be able to finish it. The question is, does he die for this? Inspired's coming, though.
Tower's still alive. UG and APA going in as Quad tries to turn it around with the Arcane Storm, and Inspired immediately follows it up with a Cyclone. APA is out of there, and Team Liquid thought they might have had a chance, but FlyQuest stops that. Impact with a solo kill on Bwipo down on the other side of the map. Gets something back for TL.
Yeah, that's really important there for TL. When you're losing on the top side, when you're falling behind, you need some sort of avenue back into this game, and maybe Impact can be that. There's been a ton of talk about how Impact has not been playing up to his standards, but doing well in this matchup. Bwipo had the counter pick. This is a matchup he's super comfortable on, and Impact gets that solo kill. Trying to go for the execute here, and he does get it with that TP coming in. That is really...
But you almost know that you're going to die as soon as you do it. So making the noble play for the team as Team Liquid trying to see if they can find something here on the Quad. A big pop blossom for the engage, but where's the rest of the follow-up? Core JJ is already down, and FlyQuest counterpunch just hits harder. Quad is still alive. Yon's trying to fire back into the lines of FlyQuest, but he ain't finding a whole lot. Impact's going to be killed off next. Bwipo takes him down with the winds of war as APA needs a couple more Twin Fangs. Quad flashes away, and Masu's going in for the auto attacks on the Snake as Bwipo's in a 1v2, and he wins those! Triple kill for Wide Bwipo, ace for FlyQuest.
And it's a clean passive comes through. The Q shield from Victor comes through. There's so many forms of shielding. They set everything at Quad, and he still just kind of walks it off. He didn't even have to
most of this through shields and healing.
Yep, and that is the power of their composition. Tons of AoE magic damage. Inspired looking for this engage, and Impact, he is out and alone.
Yeah, Impact could be in some danger here. Nearly gets one back onto Inspired, but again, man, Busio with
this monster gold lead. Feels like they're probably one good fight away from closing it out.
Okay, Team Liquid continuing to yield ground to FlyQuest as they push forward and look to take over the TL jungle. Bwipo going in there after APA, the Justice Punch, and everything just knocks him down. Redemption to guarantee a little bit extra as Masu and Inspired show up. APA is gone, man. The Cassiopeia 1-4-0. The blind pick Cassio has not paid the dividends Team Liquid was hoping for.
No, it hasn't at all. And I mean, who says Karma's not a roaming champ? Look at him affecting those side lanes. Redemption.
He's everywhere, brother, and so are those redemption cats. The objective bounty claim to the bottom lane of the Tier 1 tournament, at least by Impact. As now Team Liquid scrambling to try to do something about this Baron. Impact TP's up, but it's going to be a little bit too little, a little bit too late. A little bit of a Baron for FlyQuest. 9,500 gold lead now.
Yeah, Jan does throw over the Foss Bomb Rocket, gets the Baron. It's very hard, right? Because usually when you're losing, what do you say to come back? Let's get a pick, right? You know, that's generally kind of the thought process, but TL just don't really have the tools to do that.
Okay, Bwipo now getting jumped on. Team Liquid seeing if maybe they can try to pick the Galio, but it just doesn't work. Bwipo makes some distance and then immediately re-engages. Now the rest of FlyQuest coming up right behind him. The Tier 2 tournament is already down and Inspired's coming in looking for the damage. Yawn is gone. APA on the run. J.G. about to fall next as Impact can't even survive in his own base. Quad and Bwipo chasing away the remaining players on Team Liquid. There's only 2 of them, and they're not about to do a whole lot. No ultimate for either the Trundle or the Cassiopeia, and they're staring down the barrel of a 5-man FlyQuest push. Bottom lane inhibitor is already gone. Mid lane inhibitor is about to follow, as are the Nexus turrets. APA and UG, they'll scramble. They'll try to buy a couple of extra seconds, but that's about all they'll be able to get as APA takes a lot of damage, flashing back into the safety of the fountain steps, but it still might not be enough. Masu continues firing. FlyQuest made game 1 look easy.
15,500 gold lead year before. I remember I was reading about this matchup from a Singed OTP, and he was saying it was like really, really easy. It's super comfortable. That basically there's a lot of good interactions.
Yeah, we got Inspired trying to continue to harass UG. This is ridiculous, man. Inspired now has the summoner spell. Bwipo has made his way into the mix. They're going to commit quad to it as well. Impact's now going to be in some danger as the Unraveled Earth is already thrown down. Inspired flashing away, but it's first blood over to APA. FlyQuest wanted to commit so hard for this, but it's not going their way. Yuji's about to get another kill. It's another 1-for-1. Never mind.
Or is it?
Tosses APA right back into the stink. And it's
far enough. And especially being hyper accelerated on a champion like Singed that just turns into a mega ball of stats. Masu takes a lot of damage there, down to 150 HP. Does stun Core JJ up on the trap to get a little bit of firepower back, but Yawn and Core in control on this one. Mega Inferno Bomb means Busio is down and Masu's at 50 HP. Sidesteps another Mystic shot. Masu popping the barrier, trying to stay alive, but Yuji knocks him down to size. Team Liquid now.
And Impact has not.
Ooh, Quad flashing away here with the Mega Inferno Bomb combined with the ulti from the Vi. Busio tried to save it, but the Tempered Fate couldn't arrive in time, and that means Team Liquid got their man. But now Yuji's in some serious danger. Only 100 HP left as Busio's looking to chase him down. Core and APA want to try to protect. Busio goes through the wall on a magical journey. A little bit more damage is required, and wind becomes lightning, and it strikes Yuji.
Flashing forward, gets that ulti down, and now it's an all-in.
Oh, Bwipo trying to get away with a flash follow from Impact, ready to snip.
Now Quad, no flash.
Yeah, Quad could be in some trouble as UG has to commit the ulti to take him down here, but with Impact right beside, it should be an easy kill. They want to give it to Impact if they can, and there it is, that last hit.
Advantage. You know, he's not proxying, he's not threatening kills, and now Core's looking for him again.
Okay, Bwipo once again the target here on the Singed. Can they take him down? Exhaust used, trying to slow that Singed down. Bwipo trying to run the other direction, but it ain't gonna matter. UG being there as well.
TP on Quad.
Yeah, double TP coming down here from Team Liquid. They want to make a play on the Quad right now because we've got some important timers coming up. That was perfect from APA. Beautifully done there on the Ziggs. Knocks Talia off the wall. Guess what, Isaac? Infernal Drake just spawned. Guess what? We've also got the Rift Herald spawning right now. That's the exact timer that Team Liquid wanted to accomplish that goal. APA also just hitting level 11 here very recently, means he's got his level 2 ulti. Team Liquid's in a great spot for these neutrals.
They absolutely are, and I mean, Busio is going to throw down his ult to try to deny the satchel, but all it does is delay it a couple seconds, and then they're going to be able to knock down that tower. Fly do get first tower on the top side, so they get feats. So that is something, maybe that made the difference. I'm not actually sure if the Bard ult was the difference on that play, but that's clearly what he's going for.
that's probably what it was for, yeah.
Exactly, that's what he was going for there, is just trying to stop the satchel so that Bwipo could get first tower. They do at the end of the day. So clever play, especially if it was the difference maker in those couple seconds to get Fly that slight advantage. But it is TL in control here. It is TL up over 1,000 gold. Looking really strong.
Yeah, Busio could be in some serious danger here. Wants to go on a magical journey to get back over the wall, but he's about to die to the Mega Inferno Bomb. APA blows him away as Inspired tries to defend himself here with the ulti.
but that Xin is not very strong. Team Liquid slamming FlyQuest around.
Yeah, this is great. Back-to-back plays here again from TL, putting on pressure. Feels like APA is everywhere this game. This is APA Ziggs at his best. He's down towards bot side, knocking Quad off his ulti, getting a kill there, throwing the ult
Incredibly
from...
commanding lead of 2,500 just 17 minutes into the game.
They absolutely do. Quippo here flings him in instead of trying to disengage during the ult, but is having the advantage.
Okay, trying to sidestep a little bit more of that Q damage there. Tosses him again, right back into the poison. Mega Adhesive locks him up. That make sure that the last little bit of damage doesn't take him out, as now we could have a bit of a 2v2 down here on the bottom side, making a 3v2. Team Liquid sending in the reinforcements, immediately just deciding to focus on Inspire to keep himself alive a little bit longer, but Impact cuts him off. Now Whippo's about to be the next to fall. Team Liquid sends more men, and they win the fight because of it. Masu is their way too late, and now he's in danger as well. A TP coming in to reinforce him as Yon and APA are on the hunt. You are going to see the recall there from Impact. As Quad nearly dies immediately. That was beautiful from TL. Now the reinforcements are almost dead. Yon's about to take Quad out. Impact arrives back in the fight. Masu's running straight to the enemy base. This was a comedy of errors for FlyQuest and a triumph for TL.
I mean, we talk about misplay versus outplay. That was
I think
all
FlyQuest can probably do a whole lot about it, but they are going to move in and try. Quad going after APA as the Tempered Fate locks up the Otacon, but Quad is about to die here at the very start. APA goes on a rampage. Otacon contested, stolen away by Inspired as Masu is firing with a curtain call and FlyQuest are fighting back. J.G. here on the front line, soaking the damage for now, tries to re-engage. Inspired dies to another massive ulti-wombo combo. Yon
and on the side of Inspired, but now Quippo caught.
Yep, Yon could be in some danger, but he hops in the Herald to try to get away. They want to try to snipe this down and take him out, but immediately Yon disengages. FlyQuest still chasing after, trying to find anybody on Team Liquid to kill. J.G. is going to be their first target, but Quippo's trying to run and he may have ran in a little bit too far. He stays alive for now. Yuji wants to go in, but Bucio's not going to tolerate it. He finally falls too. Double kill back over to Quippo as Team Liquid continues running. Yon, Impact, and APA all still alive. Masu firing there with a curtain call. The last shot does not hit Impact. APA still trying to interfere here with the Drake. FlyQuest, they take out the jungler, they take out the support, they lose their own top laner and support for it. Isaac, we've got 29 kills in 22 minutes. This game, too, is a bloody one.
It is so much fun watching this second game here. TL really pushing. When you're accounting for all the adaptive force and experience that they did get.
The last bouncing bomb, not quite going to find the target. Needlework, though, slowing Whippo down as he tries to find a different angle, but he might have stuck around a little bit too long. Impact goes on a killing spree, and finally, they will bring down the Singed. However, at the same time, FlyQuest recognized the opportunity to use Quad and
hold on, never mind. We might have a fight here first. Immediately, though, Impact's taking a ton of damage against Inspired. He's got to try to get away. Inspired chases after him as the Tempered Fate barely clips him. Bucio, the Bard God, church is in session. It ends up being a 1-for-1 as Team Liquid can punish Inspired, but the Bard ulti was just perfect there.
Beautifully placed there to be able to chase down and get that kill. But now you have the jungle advantage, so we'll see what TL can do with it. Whippo getting knocked in.
Yeah, Whippo's on the front line, but that's exactly where Singed likes to be. J.G. staying alive there with the unbreakable will as Yon and APA fire back into those front lines. Core about to drop and they take him down, but he is traded there for Whippo. Quad wanted to go forward for Yon, but he can't find him. He missed. FlyQuest, they try to go for it, and Team Liquid were ready. Still looking to take the Baron. It's down to 5,000. Bucio alive at 200 HP, but the Baron has already been secured by Yuji. Team Liquid now has to exfiltrate. J.G. tanking up the damage, but a nice satchel from APA to interrupt the rest of Masu's ulti. FlyQuest still trying to fight, but Team Liquid's ready to strike back. Masu approaches on the flank with the health bars on Flyer so low. Mega Inferno Bomb, no target to be found. Team Liquid fully on the run now as FlyQuest want to chase him down. Mega Adhesive finds Core. When becomes Lightning tags Yuji.
Deadly on all of the big ball of stats that Whippo gets with his ultimate when it ranks up from 2 to 3. So Whippo being able to hit level 16 versus fighting at 15 is a huge difference. Hitting that point could be huge for FlyQuest to try to hold on here in the next fight, because Team Liquid, Isaac, are merciless. They take down the tier 2 in the bottom lane. They're up to a 6,000 gold lead.
And I mean, it's so concentrated on APA that if this guy hits skill shots, you just die. Like, that is where we are at this point in the game. He's on 4 fully completed items.
Really not finding any of those big moments. As Inspired gets jumped on, immediately bursts down to near death. But now a massive shutdown on APA. Team Liquid's carry has been killed. FlyQuest, this could be an absolutely game-breaking moment. As now Yon is in a little bit of danger trying to fight inside the red buff pit. Their second carry is already down. Team Liquid has fumbled the ball. And FlyQuest are ready to go running with it.
And how much can they get with this? Because those are some long death timers, and they ran straight towards mid, so they want to try to at least get a bunch of towers off this. But this is 40 seconds on impact. Can they just end the game right off of that play?
There's no neutral objectives for them to take. This is the only place to go, and the only defenders are an Alistar with no ultimate and a Vi. FlyQuest marching down the mid lane. Team Liquid, they still have a 2,000 gold lead, but they're still all dead. It's 10 seconds on AP. Once the Ziggs respawns, they're going to have a lot of wave clear and a lot of burst.
5 seconds.
And FlyQuest are still going forward. Nexus turret number 1 is already going to be taken down. Team Liquid, they've got APA back in the mix. He tries to use the Mega Inferno Bomb, but he does not find what he needs. Bwippo's about to die. FlyQuest still putting damage into the Nexus, but Yon is alive. Nexus barely hanging on. FlyQuest need another auto attack. Team Liquid, hold the line.
No way they hold that. That is so I don't think they're actually looking for it. Busio going to delay with the ulti here, trying to buy some more time. Baron is up, and it looks like that is going to be the call. They'll just take this one TPing. They're actually going to try to just end it.
Yeah, FlyQuest is going for the send. Team Liquid trying to teleport on their own to go and defend it.
But he has no zonias. He has no defensive itemization, right? This is all offense. Like, there is...
Perhaps a little bit more damage will take it out. APA just needs to satchel it, and there it is. There it goes. FlyQuest now in some danger as Impact and Core.J.J want to make the engage. Bwippo here on the front line about to die at the very start of the fight. Team Liquid take out the enemy frontliner. Everybody's still in pretty good shape, and they're gonna keep pushing. Bottom lane inhib will be the first target. Mid lane inhib's about to fall to Impact at the same time. FlyQuest base is in shambles, and TL still has a 5v4. APA, his recall gets interrupted. Nice shot there from Masu as Quad and Inspired still stepping forward. Curtain call opens. APA trying to satchel out. Masu barely misses on the third shot as APA made enough distance. But now, Busio into the back line, takes out the Ziggs. Inspired finding a resurrection there as well as the Vibe still needs to come back to life. Core and everybody else on TL scrambling to try to protect Yon. Inspired getting himself back away. Busio and Quad against Yuji down here on the bottom side. They'll finish him off too. Now Masu needs a little bit more damage. Yon is still alive. Core.J.J re-engages on the Jhin. Masu's about to fall. Beautiful play from Core.J.J. FlyQuest though, still on the hunt. A TP coming back in. Inspired and Quad, and Bwippo is ready to join the fight here too. Quad gets a nice seismic shove, and Busio gets away yet again. Impact burns down to the poison, and Yon's the last man standing. Bound to the wall immediately. You gotta be kidding me!
Absolutely insane! FlyQuest hold the line there. Who else?
I love the fact that he played the entire fight at 10% HP after killing the Ziggs.
Yeah.
Like, that's just absolutely insane to me. FlyQuest now, they're feeling confident, they're feeling aggressive, they're gonna go in. Core.J.J is the initial target. Bwippo's in the back line. Yon's in a little bit of danger, but he gets away for now. Tossed back in, and Masu hits the alley-oop. Team Liquid, they've been ahead the whole damn game, and they're about to lose. FlyQuest just creamed them.
Okay, but the
APA might get back.
I think maybe he was thinking he could try to cut the wave or be sneaky and he would get spotted if he TP'd to the other spot. He is back to the base, but I mean, he's the only one alive. There's just no shot.
All right, the Nexus turrets are the target, and nobody else on Team Liquid is alive for about 15 seconds. Busio goes in, but he will probably die here to APA. The Zig still trying to defend. The Nexus exposed yet again. Masu and Quad need a little bit more damage. APA tries to hold the line, but he's executed. FlyQuest get the win!
Must have ate the last horn blowing thing instead or something, because this draft I feel like is unplayable for Team Liquid into Renata and Maokai. I mean, it is a magical horse. It's made of metal, but it's alive. That's what I mean. Like, oh boy, hold on. Could be a little bit of trouble here for Bwippo.
caught off in a bit of a bad spot. Only level 5, so he can't go all out. Instead, tries to get a little bit of damage back on Impact, but a nice heal with a Call the Meek. Means Team Liquid. A little bit more damage to get it done. Quad still has his flash available as well as Impact tries to escape on the bottom side of the map. UG not going to find that second Spectral Maw as Whippo's making sure Yon can't get in the way and block off the escape. Impact still under pressure down here on the bottom side at the same time. Piercing Light, one more auto, gets it done. Masu takes out Impact, makes it a 1-for-1 game as Quad escapes up at the top side, but now Whippo's still under pressure. UG going to find another stun there, and they force out a second Tanking to survive the damage of both of these guys, and he puts the pressure on the Team Liquid carry.
But does he have enough to survive UG?
Yeah, UG's on the way up here. Pathmaker to try to get away, but the Spectral Maw is still ready to go. Whippo still trying to walk it off here. You can't get too close to the turret against Cassante, so he's just going to tell him to get on out of town.
Yeah, throws down a little taunt to add insult to injury as UG up here again. They're going back in.
J.J. with a flash engage. Whippo finally dies, and Core stabs him in the back with the...
Good look for this.
Yeah, that third Antofo strike nearly hit. But remember that Whippo has no mana to work with, but a nice shockwave there. Still does plenty of damage onto the Croc. Impact still trying to get away. Whippo has enough for one Antofo strike. Call the Meek, trying to get a little bit of extra healing, but it won't matter. A punch in the kidneys. And Impact is down. Whippo's on the board. Till about 11 minutes in. FlyQuest will go ahead and pick it up, though. That means they're going to have credit towards 2 out of 3 of those neutral objectives. They also have 2 kills, but so does Team Liquid, so the Feat of Warfare could still go either way, too.
Something that I do really like that is very common from him. He's almost always looking for this in good spots.
Oh, and now Masu has flash and Yon doesn't. Masu is making Yon look silly here as the Lucian is so powerful at this point. Whippo again targeted by Team Liquid.
But I mean, that is half of Core's health gone with a Q and a couple autos.
And he knows he can just dash in like that. Busio is right behind him. If Team Liquid tries to turn it, boom bailout, boom hostile takeover, boom on Whippo perhaps. As they burst him down to about 20% HP. He's trying to survive underneath the turret. He knows he needs to try to stay here. Meanwhile, Masu looking for recalling up in the top side. River Whippo's already going to die as FlyQuest looks to get something back. Busio still chasing, Inspired right behind him, but they won't find anything. 3-3 game.
Yeah, I mean, they bring APA up, and again, there's no MR on Whippo right now, so you can put that pressure on him. But meanwhile, Quad is taking down this tower. It took 3U to get that done on the top side. FlyQuest take down the bottom tier 1. They're pushing down this mid tier 1. It's just Core and JJ to defend. So this is going to drop as well. So you are getting a ton down. Eventually, they will get that top tier 1 to answer, but FlyQuest claim feats. And yeah, you've killed Whippo a number of times, but honestly...
Yeah, no, it turns out Lucian's really good. The pilot may be the problem sometimes. as
User error.
Yeah, APA can go ahead and escape Quad's wrath up there in the top side, but FlyQuest are going to acquire their second over this map and over this game. And FlyQuest are fine just continuing to farm. You've got 2 minutes until Otacon spawns, 3 minutes until the next Drake is up. Core JJ and Yon here looking at Busio, going after the Renata, who uses the self-Mikhails. Busio gets away, and now the counterattack coming in from Masu and FlyQuest. Core JJ is first to die, but Yon's about to join him. He goes in for the killer instinct. He gets 1 kill, but he goes down in the process. A double kill for Masu's Lucian as Yuji still...
And has so many tools to keep him safe. Between all the counter engage, the Renata we've talked immense amounts about, but even the Orianna shields, and Masu is just confident now.
He just dashes over the wall immediately with the pursuit. He does not care who's there from Team Liquid because he's got Busio behind him, and he knows he has enough damage. He's chilling.
Maybe they start Otacon off this. I think that's honestly not a bad look. You just got flash, you just got ult. You're losing this game hard, so you got to do something.
Okay, APA walks into the tri-brush though, and Whippo is still ready and waiting, just dueling with APA and Tibbers, now creating a little bit of extra distance as Busio and Masu show up on the side, and Inspired's ready to join in here with the Maokai ulti. APA stuck in the front line. Busio looking to follow the rest of the team, so Masu can get in there. Yon is already down. Inspired takes the kill. Impact about to fall as he flies over the wall here with the blast cone, and FlyQuest are cleaning up everybody. Quad's ready to keep on chasing, and APA will be next to die. Core JJ and Impact are on the run, and the fight is an absolute massacre. It's a 3-for-1. Yeah, Whippo dies, but the only thing it gotcha.
As I don't mind the attempts because they're already down 4K. I feel like they got pretty hard countered in draft, and they had Whippo with no flash, no ult, so all right, let's try it. But in comes Masu, in comes Busio. Look at Yon on the side. How is he supposed to play? Yon has to go for the killer instinct into the backline, but he's at 5% health because Masu got in on him. He was split from the rest of the team. Yon has just gone immediately their own expectations. They want to be a team that is, competing for championships, that is doing well internationally, and FlyQuest has stolen their mantle away from them. and it's got to be frustrating to know that.
And I think that's where a lot of that frustration that we see on the coach cam from Spawn, from the back room for Team Liquid, is coming from, because they know they want to be contenders. They know that they want to be challenging for one of those 2 slots for Worlds, and right now it's tough. Team Liquid trying to maybe make a surprise play here, try to catch FlyQuest in their own jungle. Whippo's going to be the front line, though, and that's exactly where he wants to be. Team Liquid trying to get everybody out. The Maokai ulti's not going to find anybody, but a hostile takeover hits 3. Team Liquid still all alive, though, and Whippo will be the only one to die in the fight. Team Liquid's gambit works out.
It's even harder when you're playing against Maokai, because there's going to be a sapling in every brush. Like, he doesn't have to face check anything. And that is some of the kind of hidden power, or maybe not that hidden, of Maokai.
And Inspired now going to be targeted by CoreJJ's engage, but the counterattack from FlyQuest begins now. Yawn is rooted up, isolated from the rest of the team. No way out for the AD carry. And as he dies, Baron marks his grave. We'll see if FlyQuest just want to start that up right now. They've already got the vision control. Impact being chased. We talk a lot about how Yawn is the star player on Team Liquid. Like, this is the guy that carries the games. But it's the double-edged sword of that is, if Yawn is having a bad game, it's very hard for Team Liquid to look good. And right now, the biggest individual gold difference is between him and Masu on the Lucian. Now, Team Liquid is thinking about full sending it here. A firing squad for Quad, but he pops the Seeker's arm guard and stays alive, gets out of the range of the Spectral Maw, and the Shockwave finds them all. CoreJJ's gonna die first. Quad's still alive a little bit longer, but he's finally shut down by Yawn. But it costs them everything. Whippo's going in after APA, and it won't matter how many times Whippo's died so far this game. APA is not getting away from that one. FlyQuest, the only member left alive on Team Liquid, is Impact, and they're going to feel comfortable going after this dragon as Inspired just stands there. He's like, all right, I got you, buddy. And actually, this is smart because you're desyncing the death timer. You are delaying the death timer and making it so now Team Liquid has less men on the map for longer. That is a 50-second death timer that's still going to have 30 seconds left.
Day for Busio here on the Rift. Mountain Soul for FlyQuest. 8,000 gold lead for FlyQuest. Everything going their way. And hey, that play gave Quad enough money to upgrade the arm guard into the Hourglass, so now the Stasis is ready to go again. CoreJJ might just die to Masu here. That is a level 16 Lucian against a level 9 Rel. That goes exactly one way and one way only, as Yawn has to flash out of the range of the Culling and the Maokai ulti. Otherwise, he faces certain death as well.
It's a Baron o'clock, I think. They are nearly 10K ahead. They have the Mountain Soul. Yeah, just can't even hurt Quad, really, at this point. He can easily stand up to this. If they overpush mid, FlyQuest can look for the engage there. Otherwise, they just pull back, get vision around the Baron, and they can look for plays.
Oh, boy. This might be the play right here. APA flashing over the wall to stay safe, but now there's no flash, no Tibbers on the Annie. There's not a lot of tools to work with here on Team Liquid's side. Yawn doesn't have his flash either. That's 2 carries, 0 flashes in a game where you're already this far behind.
Yeah, all the additional move speed as well being thrown down on Quad as he pops the W, speeds himself up, but then you're also getting the bailout, which gives you that additional move speed towards enemies.
Yeah.
So no way for APA to get out of there without just flashing. Inspired even going to be able to take away this blue buff. And He's going to look, but it's Whippo again.
That's not the target that's going to work. CoreJJ jumps in, and FlyQuest will happily send him packing with the main engage, with the big AoE crash down with Magnet Storm not in the picture. It's Baron time. Let's go.
It's for sure an uncontested Baron. You can see as soon as Core dies there, FlyQuest is going to go for it, and Yuji's not even moving, right? He's just going down towards the bot side. They see the objective bounties are up. APA is like, well, maybe I can get a tier 1 bot. Of course, that is not going to be much of a consolation prize, but if you can't stop them anyway, may as well get something. I mean, Yawn with no flash, APA with no flash, no ulti, Core dead. How are you ever going to stop that?
There's no way.
But the question is also, how are you ever going to stop this Baron push, right? How do you ever win this game when FlyQuest has already been in such control the whole time, have all their luxury items through, and now they're diving?
Impact is already about to die to the Calling as Whippo goes all out to start the dive. Just Whippo and Masu nearly kill Impact. They force the Dominus out of the Renekton immediately, and the entire time the rest of FlyQuest was taking care of the tier 3 turret in the mid lane. So now 2 separate inhibitors are exposed as Whippo takes his recall, he buys his Jack Show,
and he teleports back to join the rest of the team. It's a full push from FlyQuest. They want to end the game right here, 30 minutes in. Maokai Root finds UG, but he's all the way behind the Nexus. Nexus turret's about to die before Team Liquid even has a chance to fight back. Core.J.J goes in for the crash down, finds both carries, but what does it matter? Masu's already legendary. Impact has nothing left in the tank. UG and everybody else on TL caught up once more inside the shockwave as they at least get a shutdown on Inspire, but it's a triple kill back over to Masu. Game's done, Series 1, FlyQuest 3-0.
Nicely played there by FlyQuest. Definitely had to work for it.